everyone, welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming, and we have our reasons, which we'll explain.
We're here today to talk about the ERAS tour, everything that's been going on, the set list, the changes, 4 dates that we've had. Today is the 11th. We've got a month of shows already.
It's basically actually insane that it's already right since March 17th.
March 17th
was the opening tour.
Yeah.
So we've got things to talk about.
Yeah. We didn't sit down to record our initial reaction to like the night of. Now I feel like this is a good time to sit down and talk about it because there's been some things that have been changed and like we can kind of get hindsight and it's not just like, oh my god, what's happening? Like, we have a lot to say. That being said, this is our second time trying to make this video. It was just very chaotic. I will just say that.
Once again, we are terrible where we just talk and not tell you what we're talking about. No, yeah, you can cut that because obviously we were not on the same page. But we were like, no.
No, I was
we were all like, oh, you, yes.
No.
But I wanted yes, but heart wants yes, brain logically was thinking no.
Logically. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, we can cut this part.
Yeah, I know. We didn't even talk about something.
Talk about it.
The Lover House.
But like, what do you expect? Like, as a huge, I'm sure all of you Swifties know, like if someone's asking you, oh, tell me what your favorite thing about Taylor is, you're just gonna word vomit, chaotic. You're gonna go from, oh, well, fearless to, well, how do you go to, you know, you're jumping back and forth, which is what's gonna happen if you're asking us to try and like talk about tour.
Absolutely. And we left knowing like we didn't have a great feeling about when we finished recording, but we're like, you know what, like it's word vomit, like that's just how we are. But I sat down to edit and I was like, I'm so sorry you were here for 3 hours, but this can't go anywhere. I'm so sorry. So hopefully we get all of our thoughts out more eloquently this time. We have more of a structure. We did try to set it up in a way that it makes sense and that we're not forgetting anything.
I was gonna say, like, that's the sad part is we did have a structure.
We did.
Last time that we went into it. But like, once again, when there's so many things that Taylor does and so many different changes in between each show, that something else happens and you're like, oh wait, but I forgot about that back on like when she opened the first show back in Arizona, but here we are talking about Las Vegas. Like, it was everywhere, but that's just what can only expect when it comes from us.
So with all that being said, I feel like it's like no better time to just jump in.
We're not talking about our mourning period yet first. I feel like we should start off with that.
You're right.
There's just a reason we're wearing black right now, so that is why like we need to touch upon it, and I will allow you to do the bearer of bad news.
Oh wow, okay, thanks so much. We weren't even sure how to approach this, what to talk about. As we know, the rumors are probably true. Right. Joe and Taylor are no longer together. I feel weird for being sad. Right. But it's sad nonetheless because we feel like we know them through the music. Right. Obviously, like privacy to them, respect. But it's just sad because we know how happy she was.
Right. That's like, that was like our thing. Like we're obviously, we want to talk about it. I think it's always fun when like big events happen and you have people that you like to listen to. Like, I want to hear everyone's opinion. I want to hear their thoughts. Obviously, we're not going to be here and like shit talking anybody.
Yeah, no speculation.
No speculating. Like, we don't know anything. All it just seems is that they've grown apart. Yeah. And that's just like, we're sad for the breakup, but like we're really sad for Taylor. Yeah. And we're just sad that like it seems like, you know, it can seem like whatever we want it to seem. Everything that happens behind closed doors, we don't know. But it seemed like she found her person. Yeah. She found this person at her lowest, and he helped her, you know, feel comfortable in herself. They had this beautiful relationship that just gradually grew. We got the best music from this relationship. Like, literally like the best music from
together too.
Right, all around from this relationship, and it's just, it's sad. Yeah. We just want her to be happy, but it does seem like she is.
It does seem like she is.
So that's like making us, like, we go back and forth. We keep saying, like, we go back and forth where, I don't want to use it, like, we're fine. Like, it doesn't matter whether or not we're fine. Like, that's not, but like, we're like fine because we're hopeful. We're excited for Taylor to hopefully like continue to grow and like just be happy. Totally. But then it hits you that the beautiful music of Lover and songs that have been written about a person in a relationship are just non-existent anymore. I know. People were saying that this break in her tour was kind of like one of the longest breaks that she has of this like North American leg, so that it kind of like made sense that it would have been break the news totally this week, especially being that it's holiday weekend and she'd be with family. Yeah,
and like from a PR perspective, like that is the time to break news. Right. It's Friday. It's, you know, time where the news is just gonna get swept up and like
something new is gonna happen Saturday.
Something new is gonna happen. Yeah, Monday comes around, whatever. It would have been weird if this news broke on Friday morning and then she went on stage at night. It's like, that'd be weird.
And being Taylor who she is, like, she's not going to speak on it. She's not going to comment on it. So why would she want the biggest news, one of the biggest news that she's had in a while, to get released on a night where then she has to like perform and like talk to crowds.
Totally. I still think she's gonna go on stage this Thursday actually and be like it's been a while, like did anything happen? Like did I miss anything? And just be like cheeky about it.
Yeah. Can we talk about the switches that she made that people are speculating are like little hints and signs that they weren't together anymore? There was changes to her ERAS set list and maybe little comments that she said that kind of made it seem like,
I know,
if one were paying attention, well, no one's paying attention to that because no one's hoping that they're broken up, but
of course. Would she be Easter egging her breakup on tour?
No, but like it probably isn't an intentional Easter egg, but it's true. How do you break up with somebody and then sing the one song that is truly written about your love with this person and how you're meant to be together? And
what, Miss Wilshire?
Yeah. You know, like how do you just like continue to sing that if you guys are broken up?
I know, that's what's interesting too, is like obviously this has never happened before where like it was such a love, like felt like endgame.
Yes.
And then had to perform them after the fact, like when she would sing All Too Well and it was like devastating, you know, it was heartbreak, it was already over.
I have full body chills.
I know.
Like you keep saying it, it's so true. All the songs that we've gotten from her have been relationships from the past. Like she's had them, they've been done, they're broken up, we knew, you know, you get songs. It is going to be different for, I wonder how it's going to be different for her performing them, as well as like for us listening to them, knowing that like, she was actually in love with this person who was in love with her back in the healthy way. And then now they're split up, but there's still these beautiful love songs about the love that they had.
I know. It's like so sad.
Yes, I know. Okay, and I just have one last thing, and then we can like end it. Even though the relationship's over, I'm just so happy for that relationship that she did have with Joe, because that is like first like truly healthy, both are healthy within it relationship that she had for 6 years. Like she had to have grown so much from her relationship with Joe, whether it's in like relationship wise, also just like life wise, because like she just had to grow so much from it, and I think she gained so much from this relationship that she's okay with it ending, you know, like
perfectly said.
Yes, like that's just how I feel. That's the sum of it. It's just she's grown from this. It was an adult relationship that she needed. She has that experience and now she knows what she needs going forward.
Perfect. Beautifully said.
Thank you. Let's get into the fun stuff.
Let's get into the fun stuff. I'm still even shocked that we are in tour.
I know.
Like we just get tour. We're touring.
I know. Don't even get me started on the fact that it's an ERAS tour. Don't get us back on that situation.
I can't even get you started. I really
cannot.
I really can't. Can't get started.
I guess then this is where we'll start off with a little spoiler warning.
Yes.
We're not spoiling all of the tour because obviously we haven't been. We didn't watch an entire 3-hour live stream, but we're going to spoil the things that we know, things that we love, all the things that are going to be posted. This is your official ERAS tour spoiler warning.
Yes. Hats off to you if you can even avoid spoilers at this point, but we are not like seeking anything.
No.
We haven't sought out YouTube videos or anything like that. It's just what comes across our desk.
Yeah, of course we're gonna watch it.
Of course we're gonna watch it. Especially when it's like high quality.
Right.
Like,
or when it's like just something huge.
Huge.
You know, like, which we'll get into.
We will get there.
I know. It's gonna be another 7-hour video.
I know. Ooh, yeah, buckle up. So as of today, April 11th, there's been 3 weekends of shows. And we're about to get into our 4th.
Yes.
In Florida.
And this will be our second 3-nighter.
Second 3-nighter. Yeah, we got a Thursday, which is so random.
Interesting.
And that just means I have to edit tomorrow, like ASAP, to get this up. Because if anything changes, we're like out of the news cycle. Like,
I know, we're already
late.
Well, one of the big things was like one of the first things, obviously, before tour opened and started was like the huge thing that like Arizona changed their name for Taylor.
Sure.
So that seems to be a common theme that all of the cities are following, whether they're giving her the key to the city, they're naming it after her, they're giving her a street wet. Like, Taylor's changing the world.
She really is, and it's so exciting to see that everyone's following suit, like finally giving her the respect she deserves. It's
showing us that you understand
the impact.
The impact. Right, the impact. Especially being an opening tour, like an opening city.
I saw it brought in more money than the Super Bowl.
Just opening night?
Because it was in Arizona, Super Bowl. Let that sink in.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like insane. That's actually, now that I'm thinking about and sitting upon it, is insane, because starting off, tickets to the Super Bowl are like minimum $1,000.
Totally.
You could be in the shittiest seat and it's still probably minimum like $1,000.
The only thing that has a comment with Taylor Swift concert.
No, like that, but at least it started cheaper.
I know.
Just love that the cities are giving the respect that they need to give to know the impact of who's performing in their city.
Of course. What is Philly gonna change it to?
No, like Swift way or like yeah. Right, like your financial way is like going to be
Philadelphia. I think they
Swift. Okay, it's always funny thing with like flip Philadelphia. So Swift Philadelphia.
She would respect.
She would know. She would respect. She loves Always Sunny. Oh my god. Swift Philadelphia. Swift Philadelphia.
I love it. I feel like we can just like get into the stage.
No, we have to.
Because this is like
we have to get into like.
Let's just get into tour.
We have to. I'm sorry. We have to
dive in. Go ahead. Let's talk about the stage and how fucking huge it is.
Like something you don't realize how big it is until you see it in person.
Absolutely.
Because like when you see the pictures, you're like, oh wow, that's long. Right. Like when you're comparing it to past concerts, right. You're just like, oh okay, that's huge.
Right. You literally have to remember how big a football field is to even understand the scale of the stage. Because when you see it on a picture, it's like, oh, that's like really long.
Yeah.
But then you're like, wait, 100 yards, and that's like 70 of it, and she's walking and she's performing. It lifts and it moves, and it's like, what do you mean? Like it's bigger than the rap tour. Like, what do you mean there are no B stages? What do you mean there's just like seats all up in and around it, and it's a diamond, it's also a clock. Like there's just so many things.
Do you want to touch on the fact that there's no B stages?
I do. I really do, because I'm a huge fan of B stages, as you know.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice, or it was really nice in the rep tour.
B stages have treated you well. So that's why, like, how can you not be a fan?
So, you're so right. Like, I am partial to B stages because I was able to be, you know, closed for rep tour both nights. But I also just think it, like, provides a different atmosphere where it's, like, more intimate. She can get her guitar and have, like, a, you know, one-off little thing. Mm-hmm. But with this, the fact that it is so long and you basically get to the other end, which is where the B stages would be.
Right.
I understand the appeal.
Right, especially because I don't know, I haven't been to the prior concerts, but I don't know what that floor seating is set up like. So, like, does that fit more people, being that there aren't stages where they need to block off?
Probably.
So it's kind of, you know, so you are reaching more people. It's just different.
Well, it's funny you say that, because it's also like a con about this one is that so many seats, restricted views, are being sold.
Right.
Because they have these screens that like you can see from behind the stage. It's like, I'm using this because it's really crappy that they're selling them.
It's fucked up.
But because the stage is so long, it's like if you're behind the stage, you can still see the majority of the show because it's so long.
Another thing that probably fits into why there's not a B stage, and that you can kind of, you can tell throughout the whole concert, is there's not as many like tricks, I'm gonna call them, like Reputation, she's flying through the air, right. She's being lifted, things are being like, she doesn't have as much, because she doesn't need it. It's the ERAS, like it's not a one big show production, it's a production of all your ERAS, so you have to switch into it easily. Yeah. So you don't have like the flying from mid stage to B stage to then coming back and walking through, like you can't do that when you have, but that's just because of obviously when you have to fit in 44 songs, you can't waste time going to different stages.
No. I think with the ginormous screen in the back, like that's really setting the stage, literally. Yeah. That it's like, that's the trick, basically. Right. It's like telling the story throughout this whole thing in this setting.
Which makes it even, 100% I agree, which makes it more fucked up that you're selling these restricted views where you're not getting the view of that.
I know. I think one of the biggest things on the screen is the Lover House.
No. Unreal.
How intentional has this Lover House been?
Right.
Because we got it in Lover. Yeah. And then coincidentally, the vibes of Folklore and Evermore were incorporated in that. And then you can somehow also get Midnights incorporated in it. It's like, how are you doing that?
Full body chills.
Full body chills.
I mean, I wasn't as like insane about Taylor as I was when this Lover House came out. So maybe you could have more of like just clarity. I felt like the whole theory of the Lover House kind of was that at first. Like it was a theory that people were kind of picking up that, oh wait a minute, that like green is this, green is that. Totally. And then it turned in and worked. So was it something that she saw that everyone was noticing and she was like, oh my god, that fits, like let's add Folklore Evermore and we'll say Midnights is the Sky? Right. Or was that planned for 5 years, since 5 years ago?
Right. No, definitely the rooms were definitely debut, they were definitely all the albums. The question is Folklore Evermore, but did she assign those colors after the fact? But it's also, why'd you have 2 extra rooms? Right. Why'd you have the staircase in the attic where like you didn't know that was gonna be the vibe of your next 2 albums because you didn't know COVID was coming? No. It's so crazy. You know what I mean?
Yes, because like, as far as I know, like Midnight's was possibly a concept back during when the Man music video came out because of that blue. I mean, that could have just been something that was added that Taylor decided to pull from. But if you're giving me blue sparkly in the Man and then she's throwing up blue sparkly for Midnight's in the Antihero music video,
you can see it.
You can see that she's been thinking about Midnight's for a while.
Yeah. It's crazy also because they have that and you're going through all the eras. Did she know at that point she was going to do an Eras tour? And it was going to be setting the stage?
Like, fucking probably. Who knows anymore?
Probably. And it's like, that's the quote from the Lover or the Miss Americana documentary. Can I plan three years in advance? Can you? Yeah. Sounds like you are. Like, right. Sounds like you are.
I know. Oh my god, no, I just got like chills.
But no, because she was going to do Loverfest. So it's like, you weren't... So why was Lover using every color of her albums? You know what I mean?
I know.
Like, why?
No, I know. Because then in my mind, I'm like, right, was she supposed to go, right, the speculation was her, like, right after Lover, we were supposed to get Midnight's.
People have said that.
Because it was like, you know, Lover was originally going to be Daylight. Right. And then the pandemic happened, we got Folklore, Evermore. So, like, right, when was Midnight's even thought of? Was that always part of the original plan? But, like, and then, sorry, that was the other thing that made me think of when you're saying, like, how did she plan the Eras tour? It's like, you didn't know you were having Folklore and Evermore. So was this Eras tour supposed to be in, like, another 6 years when you had your 10 albums?
Right.
But you just happened to have your 10 albums, like, years earlier because you released 2 full fucking albums in the span of, like, 6 months.
Right. So the Lover house just continues to just perplex us.
Yes.
Like,
we continue to love it.
We have to love it.
So yes, the Lover house makes its appear during opening.
During opening, it's the perfect transition as far as I know to be in and out of, you know,
eras.
In and out of the eras. It just like, it makes sense.
It does. And another thing, just talking about the stage, and I love like weird statistics. Yeah. This account called Headfirst Fearless put up statistics on how much time she spent at each portion of the stage by era.
It's so good.
It's so crazy. But like for Lover, like they tell you like, okay, for the Man, she's in the back of the stage, but for Lover, she's in the center thing, and then, but for Archer, she goes from the middle all the way to the front, and it just lists all of them. So like, it's just really cool.
So cool.
And I just highly recommend looking them up. As I said, it's Headfirst Fearless.
Yes.
And they've got like really just fun random statistics about Taylor's songs and where she is on stage with those songs.
No, it's great.
A good way to end our set list, or I'm sorry, end our stage.
Yes.
And move on to the set list.
Which is just like, I feel like the majority of everything we need to talk about. It's the set list of all set lists. This, I feel like, has perplexed everyone since she announced it.
Yes.
What are you singing?
How are you splitting it up?
Are you going from debut to Midnight's?
How long is it going to be?
Are you doing mashups?
Bringing out guests?
Are you bringing out guests? There were so many times people were going to the stadium to like listen in, see what she was rehearsing, and there were some songs that I was like, okay, so they're lying. Like, that's not making it on the set list.
Right.
Spoiler alert, Marjorie. Opening night comes along. We find out it's 44 songs. 44 songs.
44 songs.
I still can't get over it.
No, when you compare 44 to 15, which is like an average like concert set list.
Right.
Who's doing that? Who has the energy? And then to do it 3 nights in a row? Not even, like 2 nights in a row.
And she's not like stopping, and she's not like an artist to be like, sing this back to me, and like I'm gonna go off stage while it plays. Like, she's there, she's performing, she's doing her little dancey dances, she's doing guitar, she's speaking.
There's no intermission.
There's no intermission.
Her longest break is like 3 minutes. She's on like 24-hour vocal rest during the week, right?
Has to be. Right? I mean, it makes sense why there's no like meet and greet, tea party, rep room, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Girls gotta stay healthy.
Right, you get COVID, you're done for 2 weeks.
Done for 2 weeks. And like, it's not worth it.
No.
It's not worth it
at all.
Imagine to meet 10 people after the show. Please. I'd rather see you.
Right.
Get me in concert.
Yeah. Stay isolated.
So with our 44 songs,
it
is broken out into eras. Like, what do you think about that? Are you surprised?
Am I surprised? Like, I don't know if it's because we've sat on it now for like the weeks that we've already had, so I'm used to it. Like, I want to say no, because like, honestly, it makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like, Occam's razor. Like, whatever's the most simplest way to do it is the way that it's going to get done.
Totally.
You know, like.
Totally.
So why, like, it does, like, now thinking back on the TikToks where people are like me changing from song to song, like, it doesn't make sense.
No, right.
To go from like the bop of Shake It Off to Marjorie.
but we almost kind of do.
You do.
Transitions, but back to back. Yes, I understand.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm not gonna say any other way. That's all I know.
Totally.
So makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts?
Understood. I guess I was a little surprised, only because I thought maybe there would be some more mashups in general.
Okay.
Or maybe some like contrasting songs of like, okay, here's red and here's maroon, not knowing both of those did not end up on the set list.
Right.
But you know, I thought maybe with like a Taylor's version, or like we'd get an old and a new.
Makes sense.
Anything like that.
I will say the one thing that I guess is shocking is like the order of the eras.
That.
Right? Like anybody that would assume, okay, you're starting from your beginning, you're going to the end. But you would think you would start with debut and like work your way out. No.
I think with that we can get into
We can fucking get into it.
Okay. The era that starts it all.
No, it's unreal.
Is unfucking real. She gives us Mini Loverfest. Like, she just gave that to us, and it makes so much sense.
It does.
But in the way she gave it to us, I couldn't believe my eyes.
Unreal.
I couldn't believe my ears.
What were you thinking she was opening with? Because it wasn't freaking Lover for me. I was not thinking she's starting opening her ERAS tour with Lover.
I have thoughts.
Fearless, yeah.
I had thoughts. I thought it could have been, we were both young when I first saw you. I really thought it could have been that, because it started the re-recording era.
That would have been amazing.
Which just like is Taylor's version era, which is this new era of her owning everything. Like it just, and the fact that it's her legacy of love story.
Right.
And the symbolicness of like, we were both young when I first saw you, and now I'm on the ERAS tour. Like I could have crying, full body chills, screaming, crying, throwing up everywhere.
It would make sense for her to start with Fearless.
Totally.
Right? That's like the first
album of the year.
Her first album of the year. That's like her first tour. Like it was what made Taylor who she was.
Totally.
And that it would make sense.
And she was like, I see what you're saying, and I'm not gonna do any of that.
Right.
That's what she did. And that's what she does.
But I'm not gonna listen.
I'm not gonna listen to you.
Because I have my own ideas.
Right.
Even though I wasn't ready for it.
No.
She opens with Lover. Like opens with the album Lover. But she opens tour with Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince? What? And not only that, she starts off with, "It's been a long time coming," which was included in her caption for when she announced tour.
She was like, you guys are so dumb. I gave this to you.
No, she's like, you guys will freaking say I'm using Morse code within my captions on my TikToks, but you can't see that I put an obvious lyric right in my caption.
And the lyric that just makes so much sense.
It makes so
it's
much
been a long
sense.
time coming.
For those of you who don't know, like I'm a Miss Americana apologist. Like when I learned that people didn't like that song, I was like, I was shook.
I know.
I'm like, what do you mean you don't like that song? But it's one of those weird things that we've talked about. It was one of those songs that like even before I knew the words, the sound of it grabbed me and I was like, yep, this is it. And like, I'm not gonna lie, like the meta of it, which I'm just like putting piece to piece together. Because another thing that shocked me that I did eventually learn about Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince was that it was basically like a metaphor for America.
Right.
And like what we're going through in politics now.
Mm-hmm.
Makes so much sense for her to use that in the climate that we're in. And especially now who she is as a celebrity and like taking stances on political thoughts. Like
she is Miss Americana.
She's Miss Americana.
Watching those TikTok lives of that night, you were dead asleep.
No,
and I was like,
you text me?
You see the things. Like you just don't even know where to look and don't know what to listen to. And then it's been a long time coming. Opens up. Floor raises. Everyone's crying. Like I'm throwing up. Like
everyone's crying. I'm crying.
I text her immediately.
Of course.
I'm like, you're gonna die. And then I'm like, do you not want to know spoilers? Like in that moment I was like, fuck, I don't know. But
no, I had to.
You had to. Honestly, what might be shocking of all, right into Cruel Summer. I was shocked. I was like,
you were shocked.
You gotta get there.
You're building.
You're building to that bridge. You are just like waiting for this moment to scream this song, like whatever. You gotta take it all in. And she's like, it's the first bridge of the evening. Let's scream it together. The first bridge?
And you're choosing your first bridge to be Cruel Summer?
Of course. Again, it's like you think you know what's gonna happen. And you don't.
And you don't.
And it's like she didn't even sing the full song, Miss Americana.
Right. It was shortened version.
So it's the first full song that's Cruel Summer.
You can't end, especially if you're like if you're doing by eras, like you can't end on Cruel Summer then go into the next era.
No.
But like you're gonna put it second?
She put it second.
Does she do it every concert or was only that opening?
No, every concert.
She makes the comment about it's the first bridge.
This is the very first bridge of the evening. let's sing it together.
She
so
knows.
it's cross it together. She knows the impact of the bridge. I just love that she's in the know.
I know. But she just gives us these little things.
That's what we
like,
need.
I know what you forget about, and I know what I'm good at. Okay, so
Okay.
after we are absolutely blessed with Cruel Summer,
Yeah.
we go into...
The man. Were you surprised?
I was.
Yeah, I thought you were.
I was surprised, but I think it's like, The Man was the one that was like a really top one for me in the beginning and then slowly like died out. I was shocked, but then after talking to you about it and like sitting on it,
Yeah.
it fucking makes sense.
It makes sense. Also, the music video. It was a single. It was a song that she had in her notes forever. She was like, I've been dying to write this idea, this theme, this thing.
Right.
And it's like, that was the time she had to put it out.
No, I just got the... You should count how many times you get full body chills, because I remember her talking about that. Like, she's had the idea for The Man for a while.
She said, I didn't know how to say it.
Yes, and there's just not... Right, she just wasn't able to like articulate it in like a song that would work for her until...
She needed to like wait on that idea for a while because she couldn't put that out. It's just like
nothing.
You wouldn't...
Nothing new.
I was you wouldn't put these songs together, but it's the same way that like society wouldn't be ready to hear that from her.
Right. She obviously wrote that during Red Era, but released it like back 2012 Red Era, released it recently because she knew she couldn't release that back then. Because that's like, the world wasn't ready for her awareness of women in Hollywood.
Exactly.
Another reason besides the fact of what The Man means, and of course why she would want to perform it, like, it's one of her bops.
Of course.
You know, so like it just makes sense that it's included.
It's a performing song.
It is.
She had to do like a little stage thing where she gets the little blazer on.
No, stop.
She's the man.
The red bottoms?
The red bottoms.
The red bottoms.
Straight from one bop to the next.
I know. It's unreal.
You need to calm down.
Are you surprised she included that one?
No.
I'm not either.
I'm not at all. Like, that was such a bop. Again, music video.
Right.
Single. She made it such a moment that, like, this was the time that she was speaking out. Her allyship was, like, you know, top tier.
Once again, still very much needed and still very relevant.
Right.
Need to perform. Just the thought that these songs are going to be performed in, like, different states.
Totally.
Makes me happy.
Totally.
Can't wait till it's performed in Nashville, Tennessee.
Right.
Cannot wait.
From one single to the next. Love her.
Shocked that it's so late in the, I don't want to call it the set, late in the era.
Right.
I'm shocked that like you don't go from Miss Americana to Lover. You know?
Huge song. So of course it had to be in there, but it did not end it. It didn't end the set list. Which is kind of surprising.
Crazy, yeah.
I was really surprised Archer even made it on the set list. Yeah.
Shocked that she ended on Archer, you're right. I'm like shocked she included it.
Yeah.
It's like why? Because it was a track 5?
Track 5, she did release it before the album, said she was super proud of it.
Right.
But like,
gotta be a reason, because it's a very like deep song. It's another like very personal, like insecure song.
But the one thing I am super shocked about is Me was not included.
I'm shocked too.
And I know there was so much being said about like people would be so disappointed and annoyed if it was because like no one likes the song. I would have loved to hear it.
I would have too, but I'm not mad it wasn't included.
Like, I'm kind of mad.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad you are. Like, people need to be.
Like, you know, honestly, even if she made like a piano moment or something, like, you know, it could have been, like, speaking of songs she was super proud of, like, watch Miss Americana. She loved writing that song. Like, it was a celebration of her. That was the only one that wasn't included. Like, the only single.
Because besides You Need to Come Down, like, it kind of got its moment. Me, like, I feel like
performing?
Yeah, like performing it. I mean, I'm not gonna be like, I hate it. Like, how dare you add it to set list. But if I'm choosing these huge songs that, like, aren't everyone's favorite, but needs to be included, like, if I'm gonna choose Me or, like, Shake It Off, I personally would rather Shake It Off.
Sure. I'm, like, kind of sad for her, though, because I know how much she loves the song. I'm saying it like I know.
Personally.
But I do think people were looking at it like, if she's only performing 15 songs, I don't want Me to take up a spot.
Right.
But if we knew she was going on for 3 hours, it's like, okay, we can give up 2 minutes for me. Like, it's so short.
No, 100%.
But I'm just, like, shocked. But on that note, I wanted us to talk about like songs we wish we were included, or if you could take one out or like replace it with anything, like, what would you have wanted to hear?
God, so many.
We already sat down and like kind of talked about songs like just in general,
right, that weren't included.
But like to name a few from Lover, Death by a Thousand Cuts, which were ill that we missed.
Unreal. It was a surprise song. It was a surprise song, but. Which is another, so she mentioned this apparently, her opening night? she's like, before the surprise song, she was like, I'm never singing like the same surprise song unless I mess it up.
She said it again though, before she did Death by a Thousand Cuts.
She did. She did.
She did.
She mentions it again. Sings Death by a Thousand Cuts fine. And then it's like, oh my gosh, I love the bridge. Like, let's sing it again. Messes it up. And now it's a mess up. So like, did she like left it out specifically knowing she wanted it to probably be like a surprise song?
I don't know. Maybe she was thinking I already did it live in Paris, like had its moment. I don't know.
I know. Oh, what's next?
Another one that is just criminally offensive.
Yes.
That she left off is Cornelia Street.
Now, if you would have asked me this when we first recorded this, I would have been like, yeah, totally, criminal cannot be included.
But now I understand.
But now it's not being sung.
That's criminal.
I don't know, it could still be a surprise song.
I know.
But when she was replacing Invisible String with the one, and Cornelia, like, you'll never watch Cornelia Street again.
But that's the problem, is like, how is she singing any of these songs on the honor? How is she gonna sing like I would have loved to hear Afterglow,
I know,
Daylight, False God with a saxophone?
Do you think that? I don't think any of those besides Daylight and Death by a Thousand Cuts will be a surprise song.
Ah, shut up. Okay, anything else on Lover?
So we got 6 songs from Lover.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting, the breaking down of how many songs she chooses.
I know.
From each era, because going into Fearless, which is the next era that she goes to after Lover, she's only given us 3 songs.
Only 3. I mean, I would have loved to hear so many other songs from Fearless, but you only have 44 songs, and it's crazy that you only have 44 songs, and it sounds like so many, but when you're looking at all of them, it's like, I need more.
Right. And like, once again, I feel like Fearless album is just a good album to choose surprise songs from.
Totally.
So.
Totally. It's very her and her guitar.
Yeah.
So we start Fearless era with the iconic Fearless. Like, how are you gonna start anywhere else?
Right, like, that's not shocking.
No. And I'm so glad that we're hearing Fearless live, because I never have.
That's so exciting.
I know.
The thoughts of going from Archer into Fearless.
Yeah. I know, that's surprising.
Like, you were going slow bop into,
I know,
let's get it going.
I just like hear the opening.
No, me too. I know.
It's just such a great song. It just so encompasses like
an era.
Like, and then of course, You Belong With Me.
It's needed.
Obviously needed. And I just love that she's paying homage to all these eras. Like, she comes out in the fringe, it's gold.
She's putting her own spin on it.
Exactly.
And it's just
her but older.
Right, it's perfect, it's elegant, you know, it's like,
it's Taylor's version. No, I know.
It's Taylor's version. That's it.
Version. And of course, again, love story.
It's needed. Her legacy, it was needed. Like, we knew it was going to be included, because I even texted you, I'm like, she plays Love Story at every tour, right? And you're like, of course.
Yeah.
So she better. Yeah. And that one I can confidently say, like, it's probably not going to change. She would never, like, it's just, I want to hear Love Story live.
Again, same. I'm not mad at any of these.
No, not at all.
I just wish there were more.
Yes, that's the only complaint.
And, like, songs that I had written down that we wish we were included. Mr. Perfectly Fine, which is crazy. That wasn't an original Fearless.
I know.
The Other Side of the Door.
No.
I would lose it.
That outro, if that is not a surprise song at a concert that we were at, I'm going to be devastato.
The Way I Loved You.
Oh.
Those are just the screaming songs that need to scream.
But that's the thing. Are you screaming it when it's acoustic and on the piano?
I know.
Like, how do you, like, rage with your face and the beautiful eyes and the comfort, but like when it's on the piano, or
you're so right. And like, that's why I need people to bring their energy for these songs, because I don't know, like, I've just been seeing some stuff, people not giving their energy to The Last Great American Dynasty, or like these obscure songs. I know.
I don't know. No, I can't get into that part.
Change.
Yeah.
Right? Like, another screaming one, but you're so right. Like, how am I going to scream that with just her?
Right.
I'm forgetting there's also 60,000 other people.
Right. I mean,
I need them to bring their A game.
Yeah. No, it would work. We would find its way to, like, make it work. Obviously, Taylor knows what she's doing. Right. We've mentioned before that a lot of her music that she's created was originally written acoustically on the piano. So, like, it's going to work.
Anything can work. Yep.
It's just, if we're not there witnessing it, I'm going to be really fucking pissed.
I know.
No, I can't even think about it, because, you know, we're already in a spiral about our surprise songs.
I know.
We have theories on what we think it should be.
I know.
Because we're in Philly, and I really like your theory about it.
Yes. So I really love I'm Only Me When I'm With You. Such a great song from debut to feature, which I feel like we need a debut song in there.
We need more.
And it starts Friday night beneath the stars. We're going on a Friday. Beautiful, that's perfect enough. In a field behind your yard. So if you don't know, Taylor's from Reading, Pennsylvania. Her hometown show is considered Philly.
Right.
At Lincoln Financial Field. In a field behind your yard, like it's basically her backyard.
Right.
Like just that, like that's enough to just be like, it's needed.
Yeah.
It makes so much sense.
The second one that we're hoping it will be is Gold Rush.
Oh, okay.
Because of the whole quote, like my Eagles t-shirt hanging from your door, and we're just like, we've just said it in our mind that she's talking about the Philadelphia Eagles and not the Eagles band.
Has to. Yeah.
So that's like that's what we're hoping our 2 surprise songs are.
Yes.
We'll see.
From Fearless, where would you think we would go from Fearless? Like
not where she went.
Not
where would I think we would go from like
Speak Now? Like if in my head, it's like, I know. No, she threw us for a loop and was like, we're going into the forest. Here's Evermore.
Interesting.
And not only is Evermore, here is 'Tis the Damn Season.
Opening with 'Tis the Damn Season.
I did not think that was me on the set list.
If you're doing Evermore, I would have thought that. Like if you're including I'm like a once again 'Tis the Damn Season.
You are.
Like Stan.
You are.
So like but would I have thought she'd open with that?
No.
Like open the Evermore era with 'Tis the Damn Season?
Willow's right there.
No, right.
But I did see a really interesting TikTok where this girl says she always thought the song 'Tis the Damn Season sounds like Evermore. It's the beginning of it, like it just gives Evermore vibes and like encompasses. And it's weird because I always thought Invisible String sounds like Folklore.
Interesting.
Like just the start of it just sounds like dewy meadow.
Okay.
Like I don't know, it just sounds like spring into summer and like light, airy.
No, I like that because I've never given that a thought, so like I can't give opinion on it, but I'm gonna sit on those now.
But ever since I saw her video, I was like, I've always thought that about Invisible String, and that's what she used to open Folklore.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
No, that, it could 100% be it. I just feel like there was a lot of huge songs from like Evermore, but like 'Tis the Damn Season was a big one.
Oh, and Taylor liked that TikTok. So that was important confirmation.
Yes.
And that was the opener, and not Willow.
But then you go into Willow.
Of
course, it's like my
witchy. That's witchy.
I know. The set, the outfits. I love Willow.
I know.
I'm
excited. I'm really excited. It's just crazy that Evermore, she's like touring.
I know.
Because for so long it was like, oh, she's not going to do that.
Right. Well, even before we knew what tour was, we're like, okay, I guess it's Midnight.
Right.
Like,
Midnight's tour.
What's gonna happen?
I know. Yeah, we thought maybe Midnight's tour with like some sprinkle, like surprise songs would be Folklore Evermore.
Yeah.
No. Again, I heard you. You're wrong.
I heard you. I listened, and I decided to do the
opposite. We've said many surprising things that have happened on this tour, but the most surprising thing was Marjorie on the set list.
Yes, and I just don't know how I feel about it.
Me neither.
A lot of people connect to it, and I can understand why they would. Like, it's about your grandmother. A lot of people have like such connections with their grandparents.
No, I can't even listen to the song for that reason.
Yeah, I'm just shocked.
In one of the interviews for Evermore and Folklore, she was like, it's like hard to listen to that song. And here she's performing it every weekend.
But I hope it's like cathartic for her.
Yeah.
It's like one of those songs for me that like when it's on and I listen to it, it's a great song. Beautiful. Like I mean the bridge is everything. Yeah. But it's not a song I'm actively trying to put on.
No, me neither. And I do even feel the need to listen to it more to desensitize myself. To be ready.
So true.
Like literally to listen to it.
That is very true.
Because I feel like I cry every time I listen.
And you're gonna be, I mean we're already gonna be crying at tour, so might as well just get like mixed in.
But then she really like keeps the tears flowing.
Of course.
With Champagne Problems.
No, how do you go from Marjorie to Champagne Problems?
Like the way that she does. She's like, I'm gonna fuck you up.
No, she's fucked up.
No, I know.
She's fucked up for doing that.
I know. In that same interview, she was like, I can't wait to be on a stage and scream. She would have made such a lovely bride. What a shame she's fucked in the head. Yeah. And she lived out her dream.
I know. She was excited to hear the crowd scream it back at her.
Absolutely.
Which is why, before she goes into Champagne Problems and whatever she made that little like comment about, let's go. It's because like, let's go. I want to hear you screaming. How do you feel knowing that you're going into a Taylor's concert where you're going to be screaming the word fuck at least 3 times?
Right. No. Alarmed. I'm alarmed. And because the last time it was so alarming that we got shit. If a man talks shit, then I owe him nothing. Like, I was like, is she gonna say that at tour? Like, there are children in here. Like, and she screamed it, and we screamed it together, and it was a wonderful moment. Fuck 3 times. Full body chills. No. Full body
chills. So I'm just thinking about all the songs too that have that in it, like Champagne Problems, Betty, All Too Well, 10-minute version.
That's insane.
These 3 songs you're allowing us to scream curse words with you in concert.
I would have like not on my bingo card.
No, not on my bingo card.
Really?
No, just like we have to continue on the Champagne Problems. Like, and then there's like the video of her the first night of Champagne Problems when she finished singing. Like it was like a 7-minute like ovation for her.
It was the second night.
Was it the second night?
So.
Okay, and then it was like her faces were hilarious.
She was like, guys, what? She literally said, she was like, what did I do to you guys? Like, what's going on?
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean, what?
Yeah, what do you...
Like, you gave us a masterpiece of Champagne Problems that you're playing for us live, and you're shocked that we, like, don't want it to end?
No, she's so silly like that.
I know.
Like, it's so silly. It's like, you don't even know.
You silly little girl.
Like, because it's like, I think about this a lot. Who is she idolizing? Like, she doesn't have the same experiences with artists. Like, I'm sorry. Even if she idolizes...
Does.
She's not going to concerts like we are.
But she is.
But she's not.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
She's going to 1975 concerts and she's performing, and then she's going to Lana and she's going backstage. Like, it's not.
And, like,
she didn't have to fight Ticketmaster to get her tickets and like not be able to pay for. You know.
No,
it's
I know.
Just different, and it's like, this is like I'm living for this concert, and then when it's over, like, what am I doing?
What are you doing? What are we
Meanwhile,
doing?
she's just like, oh, like, I wrote this silly little song, like, with my ex-boyfriend. Like, no, I know. Speaking of really, really fucked up songs, she gets us to tolerate it.
Good, she has to.
She had to, but at the same time, what? Shocked. Evermore setlist? Shocking.
Shocking, yes.
Shocking.
But it's because they're all, like, slow songs. Not really, they're not.
I know.
The ones that she chose, we will never know why she chose them.
I know.
But, like, kind of makes sense because, like, they are the more popular ones. Like, definitely Tolerate It, 'Tis the Damn Season are, like, the lesser of the popular ones, where I feel like Champagne Problems was like,
oh, that had to be
run away.
Willow, Champagne Problems,
yeah,
for sure. I'm even shocked that like Ivy's
I'm so shocked.
And it's like we love Ivy, but even like taking us out of it, I think it's a beloved song.
It is,
yeah.
But it's like,
I know, it's obscure.
It is, but Taylor knows how to find the difference between beloved songs that are like needed to be played on the set list and choosing beloved songs that are surprise songs.
Yeah.
It makes sense that Ivy's a surprise song. I'm fucking pissed about it because we all deserve to hear it.
I know.
But it makes sense that she would choose that to be a surprise song because you're right, it's an obscure song that people love.
Right.
It's not a Champagne's Problem where like my brother has that on his shuffle play.
Obsessed that he does that.
But yeah.
I know.
And you know, she's choosing for a fucking surprise song and I'm pissed.
Totally. I know. And
she better mess it up.
She better mess it up. That's all I'm saying. That's actually all I'm saying. Do you have any others that you wish you were included?
I was listening to Evermore on the way in, and that hit me a different level of hitting, knowing
Absolutely.
her and Joe are like not together anymore.
Absolutely.
But like Evermore,
Right Where You Left Me
needs to be
Need it. I'm not surprised. It's not even on the album. Like, it's deluxe.
I know,
but it's like, again, obscure that we need. It's gonna be a surprise song. And it's gonna wreck me when it's not ours.
And I know.
Coney Island again, like kind of a duet, but I felt it.
No, I get it. Like Coney Island is one of those. Once again, I forget about it until it's played, and I'm like, wow, this is amazing.
Long story short, that's the one that I'm like, I could see this. No, I know. I'm laughing. We went on a tangent, and long story short, we could not remember words. We were messing it up with like we were remixing.
We were remixing it with Closure.
No, girl, it was like it's time to go.
Like what?
Seriously, long story short, I feel like could be in the set list because it like is long story short of Reputation, is like her life, and I feel like it would have been a great transition to Reputation because that's where to go.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought.
But she chose not to do that.
I know.
Past Me, I want to tell you not to get lost in these kind of things, and it's like Past Me, like all the eras. It's just
who knows? Who knows? That could be thrown in and like, what are you taking out? Tolerate It?
I know.
Maybe she would take out like Marjorie.
I think I know. Well, if she's following a Folklore, taking out first song, 'Tis Damn Season, I could see go.
Okay, I could be fine with that.
One thing again that this whole tour is like, how was she gonna do transitioning between albums? She was like, I'm just gonna do it, even if it doesn't make sense. I'm just going from Evermore to Reputation.
Like, yeah. And then to leave where she's in this like beautiful like yellow dress, and then to come in like full on bodysuit, black, like red snake coming up.
Are you shocked that she just didn't stay in the forest with Folklore?
Like, no, but, like, once again, it's in hindsight.
Totally.
Hindsight's 2020 because Folklore was the album.
No, I know.
Folklore was the album, and, like, the amount of songs that we get from Folklore, like, it makes, you can.
Yeah. She just wanted to, just, like, keeping it fresh, I guess. I don't know.
Probably mixing in and out between eras with a lot of songs, eras with only 3 songs, eras with no songs.
The last tour that she had was Reputation. I know that's one of your biggest regrets in life.
It is. A huge regret is not going to Reputation tour.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sick that there's not more.
I know.
But there not being more, for me, makes it up with the fact that I get Don't Blame Me.
Absolutely.
I get to be taken to church.
Absolutely. And I feel like she included that because of tour.
I'm speechless, and I can say I'm thankful.
Absolutely. Like, I feel like that got its moment on tour, and everyone was like, "Oh shit! Like, this is a song.
Yeah.
This is a moment. This is church.
Yeah.
And she needs to bless us all."
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to be brought back to church on your ERAS tour. We start off with Are You Ready For It? Which, like, once again, I feel like it just fits.
Had to.
Right? Yeah. You know, like, Are You Ready For the ERAS tour? Are you ready for me? Like, just makes sense. I'm shocked she put Delicate in.
Really?
I am, like, because it was, right, she sang it last tour, of all the ones, like...
Yeah, like, but single, she had to include,
the 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch. So, like, give or take that 1, 2, 3, let's go, bitch part, like, I could replace it.
Okay.
But that's just because I want Getaway Car. Like, give me King of My Heart.
I know.
We'll get into it, but, like, there's other songs I would have loved to hear, and that's why I was wondering... especially when we knew this was an ERAS tour, and being that Reputation was just... I'm like, okay, maybe she's gonna then only choose obscure songs. Right. Because you gave your bops what they needed when you had your original tour.
Yeah.
You can't do that because, like, those people like me, like, I want some of those original bops. You can't. But I would have maybe thought more so for Reputation.
Yeah. And I made this joke the other day where I was like, it's not even the ERAS tour because it's not any... Well, I don't want to say any obscure songs, but it's like the singles tour.
Right.
And, like, now she's, like, in her single era. But it's like... It really is. It's like the singles songs, which she can't not do.
Right.
Unless it's me. But yeah, for the most part, it's all singles. But she gave us Don't Blame Me.
Thank God.
Thank God. She's giving church a new meaning with that transition, for me personally. I don't even know what to say besides it's just like a holy experience I can't wait to experience. Because the transition between, like, don't blame me for what you made me do.
Right.
To look what you made me do.
It's unreal. Like, when you send it to me, it makes speechless. Like, I mean, you're speechless.
And it's like...
I have no intelligent things to say.
Me neither.
That's the closest we're going to get to a mashup this
tour.
Exactly. Like, she literally goes from, don't blame me for what you made me do.
Like, and then just like,
no, I know. And then you just hear the music.
Iconic.
It's unreal.
Iconic. And, like, we're not even getting into the whole set of, like, her cages behind her because, like, we missed everything. Right. But it's just, like...
But I will have to mention that in what I think it is, Look What You Made Me Do, when she has all of her past selves behind her, she's banging on the Speak Now one.
She sure is.
She's calling out that Speak Now era.
Sure is. I know. And it's like coincidentally she goes into Speak Now era right after that. But
does she? Like, one freaking song, we're calling that an era?
I know. With the 4 songs, like, you said Getaway Car, you said King of My Heart, like, what else did you wish?
Dress. Oh, because I had to include Dress because of the TikTok that you put on. Like, I would die to have her again, like, the dress.
Yeah, I know.
And then the lights go off.
Yeah.
Chills. Full body chills. So It Goes.
So It Goes, I need, because that was the one song left off of Reputation. Stadium Tour.
So, like, why would you not put that in?
Because clearly it wasn't good enough to tour the first time that she was like, no. Wow. It was the song that played as you walk out of the stadium.
Wow.
I know. And Dancing with Her Hands Tied was acoustic.
Another one.
I know. So she didn't actually, like, do it there either.
Right.
Again,
no, it's a whiplash.
It's whiplash.
It's whiplash. You're going from bop to slow to sad.
And she just gives us one song from Speak Now.
That's it.
The song. It's the song from Speak Now.
It's the song. It makes sense because the album Speak Now was originally supposed to be called Enchanted. The dress that she wears is this beautiful ball gown, like, stunning gold floofy dress.
It's just perfect.
And then to just take the entire catwalk that you have to be able to sing Enchanted.
And then she's out.
And that's it.
That's it. She's like, I'm giving you this.
Using this beautiful dress for one song. And that's all you're getting from me for Speak Now.
Like, why? There's a reason. There's a reason. People think maybe logistics, she doesn't have it, but it's like...
But you're not your only self-written album and you're only including one song.
I know.
There's a reason.
There's a reason.
Like, so do we think maybe if she slowly starts to give us, like, singles from Taylor's version, then she'll, like, creepily, like, add it to the, to the set list and, like, remove other ones?
I personally feel like no.
Me too, I would hope not, but...
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
I know, who the fuck knows?
How do you just have one Speak Now song?
Everyone really thought Long Live was going to be the closer of the
did.
ERAS tour, which in hindsight doesn't make sense because it's like that was the closer to the Speak Now tour. It's not going to be the ERAS tour, but it just encapsulates everything.
Right.
In the same vein, I could see it change. Like if you want to say Long Live could be the end, like Change could be the end.
Yeah.
But we're not there. We've moved past it. But like Long Live not being included at the ERAS tour. If that's a surprise song,
no, that wouldn't be fair. I don't think she would.
I'm
telling myself she wouldn't.
I know.
That's the only way
like,
surviving.
I know. And like Sparks Fly is such a concert song.
I know.
Like drop everything now. And like of course Haunted.
Right. No, that is my one. I was convinced that Haunted was included in the set list because once again I said, oh, I don't know how much it was given during Speak Now. Like it's not like a huge song of hers like the Swifties know, but like it's not a huge mainstream song. Like, yeah, it'll be on tour.
No.
I'm sorry.
No?
I don't get to experience Haunted live.
Unless. Everything it's like we have two and we're like, let's hope it's this. Let's hope it's this.
We have like 7 songs that we hope it is. We have one song from Enchant. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's a Freudian slip. One song from Speak Now. And going to Red.
Like the first real transition.
Yeah, the actual chronological. And I feel like we need to start off with the costumes because I just need to get it out there. Like, please. Bringing back the iconic, not a lot going on at the moment, but it's saying a lot going on at the moment. And the a lot is in red while everything else is in black.
Yeah.
And then night 2, it's different.
It's different.
And it's, who's Taylor Swift anyway? Ew. And the ew is red.
Right. Then the third shirt was Never Ever. We were never ever getting back together. Never ever in red.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
So the theory goes.
I know, go for it.
That the red letters are spelling out Speak Now Taylor's version.
Which like it kind of works.
Which like last time I sat here I was like, fuck no.
You literally shot it down.
Shot it down. But I may be eating my words because like things have changed and there's been more red letters.
I know.
And when you put it together, there's like really only like 4 missing.
It works. So we're gonna get third. No,
what?
Kara.
What?
She wears the next shirt on Thursday night that finishes Speak Now Taylor's version for Friday.
No. Stop.
If every other time you're doing a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, why the fuck are you doing a Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
You think she's gonna like put it out this Friday?
No, but like I'm hoping. Like honestly, no, but like
it's on the 13th. This Thursday's the 13th.
And it's gonna be the 13th. October's the 13th year of Speak Now. This year is the 13th year of Speak Now.
Shut the fuck up.
Like it's not gonna happen.
No,
we do this all the time, but like.
But it makes. But if she were to.
But if she were to, that makes sense.
It makes sense. But I mean, that's her theory. Like it checks out.
It checks out.
And I just love that she's wearing the 22 shirt.
Me too.
Like wearing the era because that like obviously it's the ERAS tour, but like she distinctly has eras. And when you think 1980, when you think red. She's like, it's that.
Yeah.
You know, it's that iconic thing. That hat, the sunglasses, the little, like...
The booty shorts.
Yeah, like everything. It's just... And then she comes out to do the red era 22 in that outfit. Iconic.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
She has a fedora.
Yes.
A hat.
Yes.
A one-of-a-kind hat that's made for her that she gives out every show. And you saw
that hat.
To be that hat.
To be that hat.
To be that hat. Sounds like a good life. Because now that hat now belongs to Selena Gomez's little sister. Right. So, not a bad life.
Not a bad hat to be.
So we get iconic 22.
Yeah.
Which, okay, that was like, could be a polarizing song if we're putting it at the same level as Me and Shake It Off.
Right. So we've gone into our album rankings before. Yeah. And like Red for us is low because we don't really vibe with those singles. Or it's like overplayed or it's like...
It's like we've said it before and I'll say it again. It's a huge mood dependent song.
Totally.
Just like,
I don't want to listen to 22 all the time.
Right.
I don't want to listen to We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together. I Know You Were Trouble. Like those are not...
I could always listen to I Know You're Trouble.
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
But like...
Put it on and I'm not turning it off.
I'm not mad.
But like I get it. It's one of the big bops that it's overplayed, overdone.
Right. But of course she had to give us.
I'd be pissed if she wasn't.
Then not only does she give us those, she gives us 10-minute version of All Too Well.
Yeah. We're shook.
Shook, but not at all.
No. Well, because, once again, in hindsight, when that's 2020, we have 44 songs we're getting from her. So when we were originally thinking maybe it was only 15 songs, we didn't want, I won't say half, didn't want 10 minutes on one song, because that is like 3 other songs that could be then used. And the other half is like, no, it's worth it.
I needed that.
I needed it as well.
If she gave us the 5-minute version, she either had to give us 10-minute version or nothing at all.
Yeah, no,
if she gave us 5-minute, we were gonna sing over her.
You can't get
we were gonna scream "fuck the Patreon."
Right.
Like there was no way we were letting that slide.
She's never singing the regular version of All Too Well.
Oh no, it doesn't exist.
No,
it doesn't exist.
If I'm not screaming "fuck" in it, I don't want it.
Absolutely, it doesn't
if the love affair did not mean you too, I don't want it.
No.
I was gonna say, like, I'm not upset with the songs that she chosen. I don't think I've really replaced them with anything else on Red.
But then you don't.
But then I forgot about Red and Holy Ground and State of Grace.
Absolutely.
So like those were the only 3.
Right.
But we knew, like, once again, there are surprise songs. There are going to be surprise songs.
Of course. And she had to give us the singles.
Right.
The ERAS.
It's the ERAS.
It's like we can complain, but it's like I'm not surprised.
And once again, we're going from bop, slow to bop.
Yeah.
She's sandwiched.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like she did that on purpose.
Yeah.
To be like, I don't want to, not that we'd go to sleep.
Never.
But like I could see it being like, all right, let's like do this and then have some fun, and do this and have some fun.
Or
Like,
even for the fans that are more her OG fans and not, like, apparently Folklore and Evermore, like, very, once again, polarizing albums. Either you love it or you hate it.
Totally.
So you can't give too many of the Folklore Evermore songs when, especially if you are reconnecting with these older fans, new fans, like, you need to play the bops.
Totally. To introduce us, again, reintroduce us to the Folklorian Forest. Invisible String.
I'm shocked.
Until she doesn't.
Until she doesn't.
I know.
Were you shocked that that's what she opened Folklore with?
Like, a little. But then when I think about, like, what I was saying, that, like, it does remind me of Folklore.
Okay.
Not really. But I don't know. It's hard for me when I don't know an album, how it's touring. Like, in hindsight, it's like, what else is she going to start besides the one? But that's just the album opener. It's not a tour opener.
I would have
very different.
Start with Cardigan.
But like
that was like a single, like the first single.
It's hard to like, but Invisible String.
And I'm shocked.
I know.
Happy about it, but
happy about it and really sad when it was replaced.
Is it gonna come back?
That's what I need to know.
You were holding out for it.
I am such an Invisible String stan. The one, it's iconic.
I love the one.
I know, it just doesn't do it the same for me.
It does for me. I love it. I was very happy when she switched out to the one.
In that moment, she was like, you think you know the set list, but you don't. She's like, we're tricksy around here. Like, we can do whatever we want. So that's scary.
It is. But, like, so let's go back to the whole breakup. People were like, oh my gosh, wow. Like, not that we should have known, but, like, she gave us this little hint.
Right.
She switched out Invisible String, which is such a love song for her and Joe.
Of course.
It is basically saying, like, we were meant to be together.
Absolutely.
And then you switched up with the one.
I know.
Where it's about a love that you lost and you thought you were meant to be. No. Actually, I'm gonna cry.
No, stop.
Because, like, this is really my first time, like, really, like, talking it out loud. Yeah. And, like, this is a song meant to be about somebody that, like, you were thinking that was, you were spending the rest of your life, that you thought was the one. But, like, you're still happy for them. You still wish them the best.
Right. It would have been fun.
It would have been fun.
No. I'm very curious what she's going to do this weekend. The following, is she just going to do it whatever?
Sorry, so that was me bringing you back. Yeah. So, like, did she switch up the set list? Was it really because she wanted to be Trixie? Or was it because of this breakup?
I know.
And it was right before the breakup? Or she was coming back next week and she's switching up something from Evermore.
I know.
You know?
I know.
Okay. So we go into our next fuck song.
Of course.
We go from Invisible Strings to Betty. Amazing. Like, it needs to be included.
Amazing.
Very sad that we're going from Invisible Strings, it's about Joe, into Betty, which Joe helped write. Right. But it's still iconic. And
still
it's
iconic.
needed.
And I'm even surprised that she didn't do a Betty August Cardigan.
I know.
Crossover.
Me too.
Even if she didn't do a mashup, like, back to back to back.
Right.
She doesn't do that.
No.
She's a Trixie.
She's Trixie. She's got to switch it up on us.
She really did. The last Great American Dynasty.
I'm so happy.
I'm so happy. And that's a song that I've seen videos that people are not respecting.
Like, how?
How?
It's like such a good song, and I'm so excited for that production because I just love when people sing and then their dancers portray that story, and that's what we see that, like, happens.
I know.
It's so good.
It's so good. It's such a personal song.
It is. And like, but the bridge, like singing the bridge live.
I know.
Like, come on.
I know. It pains me when people are like sitting during it.
Well, it's because they don't respect.
I know. Okay. I know there's so many songs, like All Too Well 10-minute version, that's on top 5 songs I need to scream.
Yeah.
For sure. August, Illicit Affairs, and My Tears Ricochet are probably right behind it.
Okay. August, yes.
August, yes.
I don't know about Illicit Affairs for me.
Don't call me kid.
Oh, okay, true. And when now I'm thinking her iconic, she's literally like on the ground.
Right.
Like,
she repeats it. You didn't hear her first.
No, you didn't hear her the first time.
You didn't.
No, you changed my opinion.
I know.
You changed me. Oh my God, I'm very excited that My Tears Ricochet was included. That was always one of my first favorites.
Absolutely. And of course, like rounded out by Cardigan.
I know.
Of course. If you weren't going to start it, you had to end it.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm. She puts on the cardigan metaphorically, and it's like, then we close out Folklore.
It's
just like songs I wish we were included.
Mm-hmm.
One, for me personally, Mirrorball.
R.I.P.
I died when it was not included. Like, when I saw the set list the next morning, I was like, Mirrorball made it, amazing.
Yes.
Noted surprise song. Like, for the same reason it makes sense why it was a surprise song, it would have made sense permanently on the set list.
Yes, I'm surprised it wasn't permanently on the set list, just for like what it represents.
Exactly.
I'm really shocked it wasn't. But as you said, then like makes sense it was a surprise song for what it represents.
Right.
You're gone into peace.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if you had anything else.
No, I didn't. It's okay. It wasn't important. It's a hard song now to listen to because it just becomes so full circle knowing that Joe and Taylor have broken up and that it seems to be rumors of like not only obviously their personalities just like no longer imagine growing apart, but it seems that Joe just wasn't able to have peace.
She can't give us that song. I understand. Like,
I don't think she'd be able to physically sing it.
Exactly. Like,
You're right.
even if she's happy and fine, which like hopefully she is, it's definitely still gotta be fresh.
I know.
I can't imagine her being like, is it enough? And it wasn't. No, like,
but like, could you imagine though? We get that as I'm just saying like in general, we get that as a surprise song and like the emotion she's giving us as she's playing the piano, singing Peace.
I know.
It's like a clean.
It's also like an All Too Well where it was therapeutic. It became better, but like she's in it. Like it really happened a few weeks ago. It's not All Too Well where it happened like 9 months ago, a year ago, like whatever. It's like you feel it when you're singing it. It's like she's feeling it. Like maybe they didn't even hit her like so much right now. I don't know.
Well, because probably at that point in time was like this hypothetical thing where she kind of felt like I can't get this man peace, or maybe she always knew deep down inside. But it's just like, it's a song that just is going to hit differently. I know. Even though it was like one of our favorites. Like,
I know.
It's fucked up.
I know. Anything else about Folklore?
No, I'm just excited to live it. But to go to 1989 is like, I'm so excited.
To go from Folklore to 1989, iconic, to iconic album of the year.
Right.
But how'd she not do Out of the Woods?
No, I know.
Had she not do Are We Out of the Woods Yet? Like leaving the Folklorian forest.
No, that's like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that part. That's like how do you not do Out of the Woods? But like, no, that's
how do you not do Out of the Woods, period? How do you not do Out of the Woods from Leaving the Woods?
I don't know. Because we were probably like, that's what we need. And she's like, yeah, oh my God, that's a great idea.
She's like, oh, that's cute.
No, I'm not doing it because you're not even getting Out of the Woods.
No. You need to hear Style, which we do.
We do, of course.
100%.
Happy, not mad about it, but like 1989, once again, is the same thing for me with like Reputation. Like, I'm happy we're getting the bops. Like, I need Style. I need Blank Space.
Totally.
Told you I said if I had to pick any of like the chuggy boppy songs that people don't like, I don't even know if chuggy's the right word for it. Like, I want Shake It Off.
Totally.
Wildest Dreams.
Totally.
Need it.
Totally.
Do I need Bad Blood? No, but it's fine.
You'll take it.
But like once again, I thought 1989, like I was getting All You Had to Do Was Stay. I thought I was getting I Wish You Would. Like I thought I was getting these like obscure songs. I thought I was getting clean, like you know, anything. Like I knew I was getting Blank Space, maybe hoping for Out of the Woods. I know. Where is any of them? Like
where
Wonderland.
How badly I need Wonderland, I can't even put into words.
No, I know.
Again, has not been toured. She probably has played it once as a surprise song on Reputation, like tour. I've never heard it. Where is it?
Where is it?
Ill. That queen has already been taken.
But it's messed up.
But she said it's messed up.
It's messed up.
She said it was in the wrong key, which like she's
like,
lying.
Shut up.
She's just being nice. I know.
I just love 1989.
I know.
I'm just so excited.
I know.
To hear Blank Space.
Same.
But like I'm always gonna hear the Australian version of it, and
Sydney.
I just want it. Yeah,
I know.
Sydney.
I actually didn't even notice. I saw recently she has like a golf club.
I know. I
like the other day. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know
She's
that.
holding it. I know. I saw that too. That's why I was kind of hoping. Like, oh my god, are we getting it?
See, like need. We talked about this last time too. Is like there are no, as far as we know, like tricks and like little.
Right. There's no like changes.
There's no changes. It's the song as we know it.
Yes.
It's not We're Never Ever Getting Back Together rock version.
Right.
She's not doing anything to change up the song.
Right.
And like I wish she did.
Right. We have a love not love relationship with that, only because we know what she can do in concerts and what she's done before, and that's what we're hoping for.
Right.
But like once again, I feel like this is a tour meant for everyone.
Totally.
You know.
But we're here.
We're here.
I was like, we'll talk about it later, but we're here.
No, I'm not ready for it.
It's Surprise Song of the Clock.
It's Surprise Song of the Clock. So many feelings, happy and sad.
So many feelings. Like, I have so much to say about this.
I love it. Say it.
So, first night we had Tim McGraw and Mirrorball. Offensive.
No. Completely offensive.
Like,
we didn't even talk about it. No. You're not gonna give us debut.
No.
You're not gonna give us debut.
No.
But you're gonna give us Tim McGraw as, like, you can't even give us one song from debut like you gave from Speak Now. And if that were a song, it would be Tim McGraw.
I think so.
But you gave it as a fucking
surprise song.
So now no one else gets it?
Yeah. This is your hint of debut. Bye.
Cool. Thanks.
That's it.
Thanks. And then to pair it with
Mirrorball. So it's like, are we getting an old song and a new song? I don't know. Then we get This Is Me Trying and State of Grace.
Right. Night 2.
Again, new song, older song.
Right.
Okay.
State of Grace, R.I.P.
Like, that hurt.
That hurt.
Yeah, that hurt a lot. Our song, Stone on the Beach.
That hurt.
Again, debut song. And then Stone on the Beach.
Right.
New song.
New song. How do you feel about not getting our song?
Hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts. Then we got Cowboy Like Me and White Horse.
Criminal for Cowboy Like Me.
Agreed.
Criminal.
Agreed. And you like White Horse.
I do.
But you could do without.
Yeah, I wasn't upset about it. I really wasn't.
Okay.
Cowboy Like Me killed me.
Same. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, and Ours. I think this is my least favorite combination.
Me too.
Only because Sad, Beautiful, Tragic never did it for me. It was always too sad for me, honestly. Like, I don't know.
It's one of those that didn't do it for me, but then when I do give it the chance and give it a listen, I'm like, I love it. Same. Especially, once again, the bridge.
Same. Absolutely. Death by a Thousand Cuts and Clean.
No. Who pairs that?
Who pairs that? And it's like, she did. Like, no one was telling her to do that.
No.
She literally was like, I'm gonna do this.
You're gonna...
No. And then just to, like, round it out, Jumped and Followed in the Lucky One.
That was the one that I live watched. It was really good.
Yeah. There's been discussion. Are they somehow related? Like, not only is it an old song and a new song, are they like sisters? Like, are they related?
I don't know that as much, but I do think there are songs that she's pairing together for a reason.
Right, totally. No one was really putting this together until she did Cowboy Like Me and White Horse.
Correct.
Because she was like...
She pointed it out.
Yeah, she pointed it out. And so then people were like, oh, does she want us to look into everything? Right. Or like, what? Because when she did Cowboy Like Me, and she was like, oh, I was thinking of another song, what goes with Cowboy's White Horse?
Right.
So everyone's like, oh, are you doing like... what goes with every song?
Right.
You know?
Right. You don't know. And it makes sense for Clean and Death by... Like, I get why she put them together, because for those who don't know, Taylor Swift wrote Clean in 1989. That song then inspired the person to write the movie Someone Great on Netflix, which was just fucking iconic, which then that movie inspired Taylor to write Death by a Thousand Cuts. So, like, Taylor inspiring herself, inspiring other people, it makes sense for them to then be paired together when they were, like, are part of this, like, triangle.
Absolutely.
Like, what? I'm, like, such in now, like, a breakup deep dive.
Yeah.
But, like, could also make sense for them to go together knowing if her and Joe were broken up.
Absolutely. People say that, too.
Right. Like, I'm just saying.
I know. That's why it's hard to, like, not look at it through that lens.
Especially when we know how intentional she is. Right. Not that Jumped and Fall and The Lucky One are, like, not completely, like, related, but before going into The Lucky One, she's like, this song is about how hard it is to be famous.
How horrible being famous is.
Yes, thank you.
Which, like...
is possibly a big impact on her broken up relationship.
Which, like, hurts, because when she wrote that during Red Era, it's like she didn't even know how famous she was going to be.
But then also, that's the last surprise song that you're leaving off before we get the news. Right. That you guys are broken up.
Right.
Interesting.
I know, interesting.
Like, oh my god. We have 6 more songs. Like,
I know.
This weekend that we could possibly get 6 songs.
I know.
Like, we're gonna be devastated. You know?
I feel like we need to start, like, recording our reactions
I know.
to, like, the songs.
So she did our song and Snow on the Beach. And she did Snow on the Beach because that was the same day that Lana released her album.
Sure was.
So she, like, made a little quip to, like, Lana. It was like, she released the album today.
Yep.
Here's Snow on the Beach.
She was like, first of all, before I say what song this is, I just need to say, this person is not here.
Right.
She is like, I know if I say, you know, her name, their name, you guys are gonna freak out, but I need to say she's not here. Okay, so we get that. We're like, who is she gonna, like, what is this? She was like, this person's not here.
Right.
You're stuck with me, making it seem like there are gonna be no guests on this tour.
Right.
Because, like, again, 44 songs, it's a long time, 3 hours is a long time, but we still have a limited time. Like, we gotta keep things moving. You're thinking, we're not getting surprise guests.
Right.
So she sings Snow on the Beach, all is well. But then the very next night,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, oh, I have a friend here, and we're gonna sing Cowboy Like Me. And brings out Marcus Mumford.
Like, what?
So what you're saying is you've made us think that we're not gonna guess, and then you just decide to pull out a guess.
Right. And then, like, needing to give you our own little, like, personal information upon that. Like, obviously, like, before tour even started,
Yeah.
we are psycho, and we're like,
yeah.
okay, we know Jack Antonoff is from New Jersey. There's no way he's not coming out to sing his Antihero remix with her in Jersey.
Absolutely.
So we're like, we need to go to Jersey.
Of course.
We're crazy again, and we're like, okay, well, the Haim sisters' mom is from Philly. So there's no way that they wouldn't come to the Philly show and, like, maybe bring them out.
Yep.
And then she tells us that there's gonna be no guests. So we're like, fuck.
Immediately we're like, okay, no guests on the tour. Like,
We're like, okay,
maybe
that's
that's our bad.
fine, right?
Like, we jumped to conclusions.
Yes.
But we were like, there's no way, because it does make sense. It's her tour. People are here for her. Like, it's not 1989 where
Right.
she's like about friends.
Right.
You know. But at the same time, it's her tour, so she can do whatever the fook she wants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's doing it.
And she's doing it.
All right, anything else about surprise
I mean,
songs?
just like, there's a long list of ones that we need.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, we're only gonna get 2.
I know, there's still hope, though.
Okay, so here is where debut would have gone, apparently, in this, like, fake set list that I saw.
Yeah.
So, what would have been, what could have been debut. But it wasn't.
No, it's just, like, wild. Like,
I know.
Like, how do you have an ERAS tour and you just leave out a
The
whole
one
album?
that didn't have a tour.
Right.
I don't know. Anything else before we dive into Midnights?
That is unreal. No, I think I just want to dive into Midnights.
That's crazy.
And her little, like, walk, like, after singing it,
just
and
getting
her little,
up.
like, strut,
Yep.
like, hi guys, hi, oh. And and just, like, her reactions to the fans and, like, interactions with them. Because, like, she's, like, walking and she's kind of, like, you know, like, bye. Oh, hello. You could get a concussion.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
I know.
Taylor.
Girl. And she emerges.
Iconic. Purple.
We get the haze.
Mm-hmm. We are in our lavender haze era. The final era.
The final era.
Beautiful.
Like duh.
Right.
Opener.
If it wasn't going to be the concert opener, then it's got to be the Midnight's opener, because once again, setting our scene for Midnight's.
Exactly.
Lavender haze.
That's why the behind the scenes.
Yes.
It always gives us more context.
It does, right, because that is, she said in her behind the scenes of the Lavender Haze music video, that this song really encompassed the theme of what Midnight's was going to be.
So that makes you think, like, we already talked about Invisible String, 'Tis a Damn Season, like,
I know.
those feel like the album, so I wonder if, like, she's, like, now I would love to look back on everything.
Yeah.
Ready for it, like, feels like, yeah.
Reputation.
Enchanted. Yeah.
Lover, what was Miss Americana?
Ooh, that's
Just
interesting.
that she thinks, like, Lover is, I mean, that kind of is when you're, during that era, you're releasing the documentary that is Miss Americana. What was the Fearless?
Fearless.
Oh my god, duh.
Yeah. Style, 1989. I feel like that's, like, poppy, like...
22, Red.
Yeah, wow. And then, of course,
Antihero. So good.
It's just...
I mean...
I know, I have no
These are all...
complaints.
I have nothing to say, because these are all songs that I want to hear.
I know. From Antihero, we go into Midnight Rain, which I'm surprised. I'll say
I'm not.
I'm a little surprised.
I'm not. But maybe it's because I just love that song so much that I
know.
just, like, expect it to be on there, but I'm not.
It was just, like... I thought maybe, for some reason, maybe I resonate with, like, Question or...
Okay, see, I don't resonate with Question. It's funny.
What am I thinking of?
I mean, like, Maroon not being in there.
Maroon, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew you were.
Yes, thank you.
I knew you were.
And then into the most surprising song. She gave us vigilante shit.
No, she did that for us.
She did that for us.
She did.
Our legacy's living on stage.
Right. I mean, she had to, besides Take It Off in, like, maybe 22, like, that's a song people, like, outrightly, like, don't like.
Totally. She had to give us a controversial.
She had to give us a controversial one.
She did. And especially, even more controversial, like, with the rumors there might be a music video.
Right.
For vigilante shit, like, that makes sense now.
Yeah. Vigilante shit. Shocked, but, like, also not shocked.
Yeah.
Because, once again, when you're describing Midnights, which is about nights that kept you awake, dreams you had, things you were thinking of, like, your revenge song is vigilante shit.
Absolutely.
And, like, honestly, like, just the sass of it.
Oh my god.
To hear it live.
I know. And, like, again, we haven't even talked about, like, things going on in the, like, any of the dancers or whatever, but, like, vigilante shit is a performance.
I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's it. That's all set. That's all set. Speaking of dancers, we get into Bejeweled. And she did that for Michael.
She did it for Michael.
She did it for Michael.
She did it for Michael. She bejeweled. She did the strut.
I need him. I kept saying I need him on stage to do it. I understand, like, legal, like, security purposes, like, not. He needs to get the 22 hat.
Yeah.
He deserves that. At the very least.
He deserves something.
He deserves something.
Either to be, like,
royalties. I'm
called
sorry.
out before, like, the song comes on. Like, hey, Michael, I know you're here. This one's for you.
She would never.
I know,
but he needs it.
It's so good. And then, like, even, like, I just love, like, the iconic, like, the nice.
Yes.
And literally the guys, her dancers dancing, and she's in the back, she's like, nice.
Yes. I know, it's so cute.
It's so good. No, I can't.
I know.
And then we go from that to Mastermind?
Yeah. If that wasn't gonna be the closer, it was second closer. Like, it had to be there, which people were shocked about, which I'm shocked that people were shocked.
Great.
People
They're wrong.
They're wrong.
If you don't like Mastermind, you're wrong.
Absolutely.
Checkmate, she couldn't lose.
No. You're wrong.
And, like, not only that, like, once again, it's another song that we're gonna equate to Joe, but it has that double meaning where we really did feel like it's part of her talking to, like, her fans.
Absolutely.
And, like, her, you know, like, I knew we were always, this was gonna happen. Like, I knew I wanted you. I knew we were meant to be together. So if you're not gonna give us, like, Long Live, I guess you can give us Mastermind and, like, Bejeweled if it's, like, for the fans.
Sure. But the closer,
no.
It's, like,
so good.
It's the perfect closer. Again, she was like, you thought you knew what you needed.
Right.
I'm gonna give you what you actually needed.
Right, because to me, I thought I needed Mastermind as the closer because that's your album closer.
I know.
But, like, no, I need Karma to be the closer.
Absolutely. Just like there's openers for the tour and for the, you know, for the album, there are closers.
And that's it.
And Karma is the closer.
No.
It's the ERAS tour closer.
I know, but, like, is it gonna hit different when Karma's not her boyfriend anymore?
It has been, and I think it hasn't been her boyfriend, so I think it's still hitting.
It's true. You're right. No, it's so good. And, like, the fact that, like, we thought Karma was gonna be this negative, like, bad karmic song, and, like, here it is about good karma and just good things, and that's how you're ending ERAS tour.
ERAS tour. It's the biggest fuck you to all of the haters.
So right. It's so
all of the naysayers.
Fucking meta.
Yeah.
Because, like, all the things that she's been through, all the stuff that's happened, like, and we're, you know, you're thinking bad karma for this person deserves that. She's like, no, you know, I went through the shit. I've been deep and I've been dark. I've been in my dark hole. I only want good things from now. So I want good karma.
Good karma. And it makes me wonder, like, was she only doing the ERAS tour because of the re-recording? I'm saying the ERAS tour. Like, she wouldn't have done ERAS at all. Like, she either would have done, like, these 4. Or Midnights. But she's not retouring Blank Space, or, like, she's not doing 1989 again. But it's literally, point being, Karma is the biggest fuck you to all you people who, like, took my albums, who, like, you know, said all this stuff. It's like, Karma is this because look at all these 70,000 people who came to listen to my old work.
So right. Like, you're so right, because even a fuck you to all the people during, like, which you probably could have been said in that whole thing, but, like, even during each particular era, it was like, oh, you won't have to talk to me because I only write about my friends. Oh, I date too many people. Oh, I do this, but look at these fucking songs that I wrote that now I can retour 10 years later.
No, I know. I'm gonna be crying at that song.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, because the concert's over.
I know.
There'll be many reasons why we're crying.
I know. What are the songs that you were surprised didn't make it?
Definitely You're on Your Own, Kid.
Totally.
Especially because we talked about the friendship bracelets.
I know.
I knew there was a reason, but, like, we made a whole big thing about wanting to make friendship bracelets in the songs that I included.
I know.
But that's a great surprise song.
That's gonna be shook-worthy for the people who get
it. I know. She's gonna start, and I just want everyone to know you won't be on your own. As much as I want Sweet Nothing, because it's a personal favorite, I know it's, like, not needed, so I'll take that as, like, a surprise song.
Totally.
Shook, no Maroon.
Shook.
But how do you feel about, like, no 3 AM songs?
Hate.
Same.
not surprised, but sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't expect us to ever get a live version of, like, Woulda, Coulda, Shoulda.
But I need it.
Absolutely. But once again, we were saying this, and I think we were talking about in the last episode, which we've talked before, the last episode, the one that we tried to record.
Yes.
A lot of the Fairy M songs to me, like, I don't want a stripped down version of it, though.
That's fair.
Like, I don't want a slow Paris.
Paris, I know.
You know, like...
I'm good with the version that we
Right.
have. Yeah.
Like, I love Glitch, and I know that's a controversial one. Like, people
me too.
love it or hate it, but, like, that's not a slow down song. I'm ready to hear on the piano.
Agreed.
So...
I know. Sadly, I think our camera's gonna die, but I think we said everything we need to say.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm like ERAS toured out until we get some more information.
I know.
Well, we hope you guys enjoy this. Even if you just play us in the background, like
we're vibing with that.
We're vibing with that because it's a lot of stuff to say about the ERAS. Always remember, we love your comments. We want your opinions, your theories. We'll hopefully see you next time I don't know, like a music video, more song release, or maybe it won't even be Taylor.
Bye.